Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an entire video on the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. I have the hydrating formula and I have the shade Tan Sand. And before getting into the entire part of the video or the try on part of the video, when I bought this foundation, I purchased it so quickly because one of you guys wrote me and was like, oh my god, get the foundation so you can review it. And I was literally driving and I pulled over right when they said that it launched because I didn't want to miss when it was selling out. I was going back and forth looking at what color I should choose, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't find my color. I couldn't figure it out, and I just kept looking and I'm like, I don't know, whatever, let me just go with this shade. So I just went with a shade, and then maybe 20 minutes later, I start seeing all of the kind of like the drama revolving around it and all of the controversy. And I start looking and I'm like, oh my god, that's why I couldn't find my color. Like, they don't have a color that's exactly for me. I am wearing the foundation now, and this is the second time now that I wear it. So you guys will see pretty much all of my thoughts on what I think and all of that later on. I contemplated for a while filming this video. I got this foundation in like a week and a half ago. So it's been a pretty decent amount of time since I got it in, and I kept going back and forth in my head. Should I film this? Should I not? I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want anyone to think that I'm standing for something that's wrong, and it took me a long time to figure out if I should do it. And then I asked on Instagram, and so many of you guys said that you really wanted to see my opinion. So the reason that I did it was because aside from all of the drama and controversy surrounding the foundation, you guys trust me and I have a job to you guys. You guys trust my opinion, you guys trust my feedback, you guys trust everything that I say, and I feel like not doing the review is kind of like cheating you guys, because I know I'm not this big YouTuber. I know I don't have millions of subscribers. I know I don't have millions of Instagram followers. That could be the reason that you guys trust me so much, and you know, I'm not doing this for PR. I could give a shit and a half about Tarte. Anybody seeing this. I'm basically doing this for you guys, and I genuinely feel as though if, you know, they made your shade, it's not your fault. It's not your fault if they have the shade for you and you want to try it out. You're not wrong for that. I'm of color. I didn't realize how bad the shade range was as I was picking it because I was trying to move so quickly that I thought the foundation was going to sell out before I even got to get it. So that's why I was moving so fast. And then I started to look back and realize, and I'm like, wow, this shade range sucks. Like, it's so bad. I do understand why people are upset, and I understand all the controversy. I get why people are mad, and I think it's unfair that everything played out the way that it did. I don't think it's cool. I think it's pretty whack, for lack of a better term. I think it's whack that they even played this. I think it was a terrible business move for Tarte, to be completely honest, because they're losing a lot of people that were so excited and so happy to try this foundation out. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm not gonna get on this bandwagon of people bashing something that isn't bad or writing something for PR. I don't care about that stuff. However, if you don't want to get this foundation, I completely understand why you don't. And you know, if you do want to get the foundation, I understand if you do. I'm a very open-minded person, and I get that if, you know, you're of lighter skin and you want a foundation, it shouldn't stop you. It shouldn't stop you that they made a bad business move. Of course, I understand not wanting to support all of it, but again, I don't think it's your fault. I don't think it's anyone's fault that this happened. It confuses me a little bit because there had to, like, it makes me wonder what their corporate office looks like. I'm just thinking for reasons of my own. If I'm in a corporate office and I see these foundations and I'm like, wait a minute, my color's missing, or some shades are missing, something's missing, I'm gonna say something about it. So I'm like, do they even have people that can give feedback on that? Do they, I don't know. I don't really understand it. There's plenty of different brands that I just didn't have a foundation in, and plenty of other people did as well. And you know, for people of lighter skin tone, I remember taking them to specific foundations and there weren't colors light enough for them. So, you know, it kind of goes both ways. One thing that I don't respect about them is their reaction to the madness. You know, I feel like if you come out with a crappy shade range, own up to the fact that you came out with a crappy shade range. Don't come out and say things like, we came out with lighter shades for the winter. You know, if that is going to be your excuse, that's a terrible excuse, first of all. Second of all, most people of darker skin, their skin tone doesn't change. It stays the exact same shade from the summer to the winter. There's no shift at all. And the fact that there's people that did want to try this and, you know, might have been super excited for it, and now they can't try it, I think that's complete BS. But regardless of everything that, you know, everyone has said, I didn't want to jump on any bandwagon of bashing, of, praising. I just wanted to give my honest review, my honest opinion, and whether the shade range sucks or not doesn't necessarily mean that the product isn't good. So that was the main reason that I wanted to do this video. I know this intro is like a million years long, but if you guys want to see basically me try out this foundation and a wear test of it, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so let's get to it. I'm going to prep, prime, all that stuff, my skin the way I always do every day, just so you guys see that nothing's being changed or anything like that, because all in all, I want this to be a review on a product aside from everything. I'm gonna go first and put on my Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil from Drunk Elephant. I put this on pretty much every day, or any sort of oil, because my skin is so dry. It feels extremely dry today. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Boscia Sake Balm. I'm almost done with this moisturizer. I barely have like anything left. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna repurchase. Like, I don't think it's something that I would use again. It gets the job done, it hydrates and all that, but it isn't better than other things that I've tried. Now I'm gonna go in with the Bye Bye Under Eye Cream from IT Cosmetics. This is something that I've been using pretty new. I'm already done with my other eye cream, and honestly, I really like this. I like the consistency, I like how thick it is, I like that you don't need a lot to put under your eyes. It's very cold, so I really enjoy that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with this Pearlescence Coconut Rose Hydrating Face Mist. I use this all the time before I go to bed, and then I use it a lot right before I put on my foundation. So now I'm just gonna let that sink in really quickly before I put on my primer. I'm going to use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. You guys know I use this all the time because I do have dry skin, and it has hyaluronic acid. Every time I use this primer, I always mention that it has the hyaluronic acid. So you guys are probably tired of listening to me talk about it. So now, the star of the show is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty Shape Tape Hydrating Foundation. You guys will see how the color is when it goes on, which I think sucks. I don't really care for the applicator, just for sanitary reasons. I don't like that you have to keep dipping in and out, because I won't be able to use this on like clients. Like, this is not something ideal for makeup artists. But I'm going to swipe it on my face, and then I'm going to blend in with a beauty sponge like I always do. I have the shade Tan Sand, and usually tan sand, like tan is obviously I'm tan, and then sand are usually pretty warm undertones, which ends up working really well for me, which you guys will see when I put this on how it looks. Usually anything that's tan sand is more of a warm yellowy undertone, and this is orange, which I think is trash. I don't think that just because you're brown means that you're orange, because we're not. We have the same undertones as everyone else. We have red, we have yellows, we have neutrals, and this is orange. But I'm going to continue with it, and this isn't my first time wearing it. I wanted to wear it before I did this review to even see how I felt about it, but you guys will see overall. So I'm just going to, like, you can see this is straight orange. Like, this is not, no. And this is, Tan Sand was the third darkest. So it was Tan Sand, I can't remember the other two, but there were only two darker than me, which is completely ridiculous, seeing as, yes, I'm colored, I have color, but for me to be the third to the last darkest is wild. But I'm going to go ahead and blend the foundation in. I do have to blend it down my neck because my neck is not orange. Pushing it into my skin. I don't like the smell at all of the foundation, and I'm not really sensitive to smells. Like, I have a foundation that I love that smells like straight up paint, and I still like it. Smell isn't too great, but that's not going to change the way I feel about the wear of the foundation. So you can see it's blending in pretty well. Quickly, doesn't take a long time to blend out. I saw a lot of people saying that there was like no coverage to this, and in my opinion, I mean, that's definitely some coverage. And that was the main reason that I wanted to do this video, is because yes, I understand the controversy, and yes, I agree with everyone that doesn't think it's fair. I completely agree. Foundation blends well. I think there's decent coverage. It's not full coverage at all. That's not what I'm trying to say, but it's, I would say, a little bit less than a medium. People were saying that there was like sheer coverage, and I mean, I'm orange. I think the color's terrible, but I don't think there's no coverage. Like, there's coverage to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup really quickly, just because that does determine how the overall feel is. And I'm not gonna use the Shape Tape concealer, because I don't want to use that concealer because not everyone is going to use both of them together. So I'm going to use my ColourPop one, and I'm using the shade Medium Tan, and I'm going to see how this lays on top of it. Let's see if we can try to even out this orange ass color. Blending really well. The concealer is blending very, very well on top of the foundation. It isn't separating, it isn't lifting the foundation. I'm not caking around my nose. Aside from the color, it does look good. Oh, I'm so orange. Freaking hate it. I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Same way I always do. I'm trying not to switch anything up at all because I want it to be as honest as possible. All right, so we're set down. Color still looks a little stupid, but we're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna set my face with my favorite Sephora collection powder, just to see how it sits. Now it's time to bronze, and I'm gonna use my Collab makeup bronzer with my brush that I always use it with. I'm gonna go ahead and blush with my Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in, I think this is called, is this Mellow Wine? Yeah, this is Mellow Wine. I didn't want to put anything orangey on top of it because I'm already orange enough. For highlight, I'm going to go ahead and use my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlight, and I'm going to use the color Hustla Baby right here. I'm just going to press my highlight in so that it's not sitting right on top of my skin. Then I'm going to spray my face down. I'm still looking orange, but I'm going to use the Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray to set my makeup. So now I'm going to blow dry my hair and kind of finish my eyes and all that. I'm just going to do like mascara, nothing crazy. And then I'm going to do some stuff around the apartment. I'm going to let this sit for a little while. I'm going to check in 2 other times. I'll check in a couple hours, and then I'll check in right before I take the foundation off, just so we're able to see kind of what it looks like, how we feel, all that stuff. All right, guys, so here is an update. It has been about 2 hours, and I blow dried my hair. I cleaned up around the apartment, and then I made myself lunch and I ate and all that. So here is what the foundation is looking like. Color-wise, I'm still orange as shit, clearly. But other than that, it looks good. It looks smooth. I'm not creasing. I'm not caking. I'm not wearing off anywhere. The color is just so bad. It's the color. Other than that, it looks really good for the most part. I'll just have to do a final check-in in a couple hours right before I wash this off. But other than that, the foundation specifically looks good. Alright guys, so it's officially time for me to take off my makeup. It's about 8:30, so the foundation has been on for about 5.5 hours, I would say. Just an update on everything. I'll zoom you in so you can see. In my opinion, I mean, it could just be because my skin is super dry right now, but I'm not shiny at all, even though this is a hydrating foundation. Nothing has separated. Everything has stayed pretty smooth. The only thing that I will say is that my pores right here look a little bit noticeable. I'm not caking around my nose. My smile lines, I mean, my smile lines show for freaking everything, but all in all, I honestly think the foundation looks good. I don't think it's a bad foundation. Do I think there are better foundations? Absolutely. I think there are so many better foundations, especially with better shade ranges, but the foundation is not bad. I don't think the foundation looks bad. I think it looks great. Color's terrible. I look like a pumpkin compared to the rest of my body. My face is just really orange and I'm just not feeling that. But other than that, the foundation is not a bad foundation. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you guys did, if you're interested in the foundation, if you're gonna end up buying it, whatever. If you guys want to talk about anything in the comments, go ahead and leave it down below. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.